Hey, welcome to Living Life Barefoot. I'm Mallory, and in tonight's video, I'm going to share with you a complete supply list if you're interested in starting a microgreens business. I want to help you get started as soon as possible, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I also made 2 other videos to help you out, so if you haven't watched them, go watch them now. 5 ways to quickly start earning an income growing microgreens and how to run a microgreens business. So we're just gonna quickly go through the supply list, and then I'm gonna show you around in my grow room and kind of show you what I've used. So the first thing on my list is shelving. On my shelving racks in my grow room, I'm able to hold 20 trays per rack. You wanna think about your lights. I use LED grow light, a timer that you can plug your lights into because there's a set amount of time that your lights need to be on your microgreens and a set amount of time that they need to be off. You need to think about a dehumidifier. You need an oscillating fan. There needs to be air circulation in the room that you're growing in. The temperature and humidity gauge, because you want to control your environment. The temperature needs to be between 70 to 75 and your humidity between 35 to 45%. Holding tables is maybe where you're planting your microgreens, it may be where you're harvesting your microgreens, or maybe both. Soil, I recommend Pro Mix. A cooler for making your deliveries. A good scale to measure out your seeds when planting, also measuring out your containers that you're gonna fill after you harvest your microgreens. A harvesting knife or scissors, a strainer bag. So these are bags, like mesh bags, that you can soak your seeds in because there are some varieties of seeds that need to be soaked. You wanna think about a hose nozzle and a hose, and where you're gonna have access to your water, where you're gonna store your microgreens after you harvest them. Now, I like to get my microgreens out to my customers within 24 hours, but they do need a nice, cool place to be stored before you can deliver them. So I used my refrigerator for the longest time until I started scaling up, and then I did have to get an extra refrigerator. You want good quality seeds, so you're gonna have to do some research there. Thinking about your seeds, you want to think about varieties that you can get a consistent grow and the varieties that are easy to grow. Also the varieties that you might have a larger demand of. Maybe 5 or 6 to start out with, and get dialed in on your growing cycles with those varieties, and then you can start venturing out to new varieties. Trays to grow your microgreens in. So if you already have trays, I suggest go ahead and start using them, or you can invest in nice, sturdy, heavy-duty trays that'll last you a while. Your labels on your containers. So you can create the labels yourself, or you can have someone do it for you. You also want to think about your containers. So you could just start out with a paper sack. You could do a Ziploc bag if you'd like. They also have clamshells, and they have compostable containers, which is what I use. So we're in my grow room now, and this is what the racks look like that I use, that I grow my microgreens on. And I did get them from Amazon, as you can tell. You can fit 4 across, and this is what they call vertical growing. And then here's my little gauge that keeps my temperature and my humidity. I have my oscillating fan in here. You could also, just beginning, you could just use your ceiling fan if you need to. This is the dehumidifier that I use. Freonic. I also recommend one of these little guys for watering. And then when you're thinking about your lights, we have 2 sets of lights per rack here, and I believe the brand is called Barana. And then here's what I meant about the folding tables when you're planting. They work out really well for planting, and then also harvesting at the beginning of your business. If you don't have space for that, the tables work out really well. Another great thing to have are these totes where you can store your seeds after you get them in. That works out really well, and they stack perfectly here underneath my workstation. If you're not quite ready to invest in the supplies or the equipment that I gave you, remember, go to barefootmicrogreens.com, grab you a microgreens grow kit, start growing for your family, start getting confident on growing microgreens, start educating yourself on the nutritional value and the benefits of microgreens, and then you will soon be so excited to start investing in your business. Stay tuned for more videos so I can help you get your microgreens business started and start making a profit right away. Remember to like and share our videos and subscribe to Living Life Barefoot if you haven't already. And leave a comment below if you want to learn more about starting a microgreens business.